Remember when being a millionaire meant you were set for life? Yeah, about that. If you have $1 million sitting in your bank account right now, I hate to break it to you, but you're not rich. You're barely comfortable. And by the end of this video, you're gonna understand exactly why the $1 million dream is dead. Look, I know what you're thinking. Were you insane? $1 million is still a ton of money. And you're right, it is a lot of money. But here's the thing nobody wants to admit. Having a lot of money and being rich are two completely different things in 2026. Your grandparents could retire like royalty with $1 million. Your parents could live the dream. But you're looking at a very different reality. And if you don't understand this shift, you're going to spend your entire life chasing a number that doesn't mean what you think it means anymore. The math that changes everything. Let's start with the basics. $1 million. Sounds amazing, right? Now let's do what most people never do. Let's actually break down what that means for your life. The average American needs about $60,000 a year to live comfortably. Not lavishly, not buying yachts, just comfortably. That's covering your mortgage, rents, your car payment, groceries, insurance, maybe a vacation once a year, and some entertainment. So you'd think $1 million means you could live for what? 16, 17 years? Wrong. Here's what actually happens. You put that million in a savings account, you're getting maybe 4% interest right now. That's $40,000 a year. You're already $20,000 short of that comfortable lifestyle, and we haven't even talked about taxes yet. Oh yeah, taxes. That $40,000 in interest, the IRS wants their cut. You're looking at losing 22 to 24% right off the top in federal taxes, plus state taxes depending on where you live. So that $40,000 is really more like $30,000 in your pocket. Now you're $30,000 short every single year, so you start dipping into the principal. And now you're on a countdown clock. You've got maybe 12 to 15 years before that million is gone. That's not rich. That's not even really financial freedom. That's just a runway, a really expensive runway that's getting shorter every single day. The inflation nightmare. But here's where it gets really scary. We haven't even talked about inflation yet. In 1990, $1 million had the buying power of about $2.4 million in today's money. Think about that. Your $1 million today is worth less than half of what it would have been worth just 36 years ago, and it's not slowing down. From 2020 to 2024, we saw some of the craziest inflation in modern history. Eggs went from $1.50 to $6. Houses that were $300,000 are now $500,000. That used car you could have bought for $15,000, try $28,000 now. Your $1 million is losing value while you sleep. Even with that 4% interest, inflation is eating away at it. Real inflation, not the fake numbers the government tells you. We're talking 5 to 7% in real-world costs, so you're not actually making money on that $1 million. You're losing purchasing power every single year. In 2026, $1 million buys you what $700,000 bought you in 2020. By 2030, it'll probably feel like $600,000. Your $1 million dream is deflating faster than a popped balloon. The housing crisis reality check. Now let's talk about the elephant in the room. Housing. The median home price in America right now is sitting around $420,000. In California, Florida, New York, you're looking at $700,000 to $900,000 for something decent. So you buy a $700,000 house with your $1 million. Congratulations, you now have $300,000 left and a house. But wait, there's property taxes, insurance, maintenance, HOA fees. That's easily $20,000 to $30,000 a year. You invest that remaining $300,000, get your 4% return, that's $12,000 a year before taxes. So you're immediately losing money just to keep the house you bought. And forget about the dream of buying a house outright and living off the rest. You buy a house for $700,000, you have $300,000 left. That's not enough to retire on. That's not enough to live on. You're gonna have to keep working. This is why you see people with seven-figure net worths still stressing about money, because on paper, they're millionaires. In reality, they're trapped in expensive houses with not enough liquid cash to actually be free. The retirement trap. Here's another thing that'll blow your mind. Financial experts now say you need at least $1.5 to $2 million to retire comfortably. And that's if you're retiring at 65. If you want to retire early, you need more. If you want to travel, more. If you have health issues, way more. The old retirement rule was the 4% rule. You could withdraw 4% of your portfolio every year and never run out of money. But that was based on historical market returns and inflation rates that don't exist anymore. With today's volatility, inflation, and longer life expectancies, that 4% rule is looking more like a 3% rule, or even 2.5%. So $1 million gives you $25,000 to $30,000 a year to live on in retirement. That's it. That's below the poverty line for a family. It's barely enough for a single person. You're not living the millionaire lifestyle. You're living the "I hope nothing breaks" lifestyle. What rich actually means now. So if $1 million doesn't make you rich anymore, what does? In 2026, real wealth starts at around $3 to $5 million in liquid, investable assets. Not your house, not your car, not your 401k that you can't touch for another 20 years. Liquid money that's working for you right now. At $3 million, you can generate $90,000 to $120,000 a year in relatively safe returns. After taxes, you're looking at $60,000 to $80,000 to actually live on without touching the principal. That's comfortable. At $5 million, you're finally starting to feel wealthy. You can travel, you can handle emergencies, you can help your kids. You're not worried about every expense. But here's the real kicker. The truly wealthy, the people who are actually rich, they're not counting their net worth in millions anymore. They're measuring it in cash flow. They're not asking, "How much do I have?" They're asking, "How much does my money make me every month?" Rich people in 2026 own businesses that generate $50,000, $100,000, $200,000 plus per month. They own real estate that cash flows. They have investment portfolios that spin off dividends and interest. They're not living off a pile of money that's slowly shrinking. They're living off systems that keep producing. The new financial goals. So what does this mean for you? Stop chasing the $1 million milestone like it's the finish line. It's not. It's barely the starting line for real financial freedom. Instead, focus on these things. First, build income streams, not just savings. $1 million in the bank is good, but $10,000 a month in passive income is better, because that income adjusts with inflation. That income keeps coming. That $1 million, it runs out. Second, understand that net worth is fake wealth until it produces cash flow. Your house being worth $1 million doesn't make you rich if you still have a mortgage and can't afford to sell it. Third, adjust your expectations. Financial freedom in 2026 isn't about hitting a number, it's about building a life where money doesn't control your decisions anymore. That might take $500,000 for some people if they're smart. It might take $5 million for others if they're not. Look, I'm not trying to discourage you. $1 million is still an incredible achievement. Most people will never get there. But I am trying to give you a reality check. The game has changed, the rules are different, and if you're still playing by the old rules, you're going to be disappointed when you finally hit that million and realize it's not enough. So start thinking bigger, build smarter, and understand that in 2026, being a millionaire doesn't make you rich, it just means you're finally ready to start building real wealth. If this video opened your eyes, hit that subscribe button, because we're going to keep breaking down the money truths that nobody else wants to tell you. I'll see you in the next one.